So I wanted to make sure that, when we're talking about having these incredible students up here, right? So Lindsay and I had met at an event, at an esports event in Atlanta, and really just could instantly tell that this was gonna be perfect, right? So really excited for you all to be able to be a part of this, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Hi, everybody. Like Doug said, my name is Lindsay Wagaman. I'm from Harrisburg University in Central PA, and there I am a senior esports management student. And I'm really excited to bring up some other students to talk about their experience in Scholastic Esports. So can I get Jerry, Christian, and Jazz to please come up and join me?
Oh, don't know why I waited, 'cause I'm feeling blue. I hope and pray for someone exactly like you. What do we spend money?
All right, thank you guys for coming up. Can you introduce yourselves? Tell me about what school you're from, how esports is kind of involved in your life, and pretty much just a little bit about you.
Hi everyone, my name's Jasmine Randolph. I attended the University of South Carolina. My major was media arts. So esports is very relevant in my life. I actually started an esports organization of my own called Team Inferno. I'm actually wearing one of our jackets right now. Thank you. My university doesn't have much of an esports program, and when I kind of mentioned it, I could see their reactions. They were just like, "What are you even talking about? What do you mean?" And I basically just took it into my own hands and just took a different route to make it happen anyway. At Team Inferno, we're really big about increasing representation in the esports industry. There's not a lot of people that look like me in this industry, so I'm really trying to change that and let people know this is a comfortable space for you to be involved in as well.
Next question we have is, studies show gaming increases certain aspects such as reasoning, problem solving, and literacy. Have you noticed this in your own life, and what other benefits have you noticed? Jazz, can you start off with this one?
So personally, I've noticed a lot of benefits from esports. The most significant one is on mental health. I personally deal with depression and anxiety, so having something like esports to really be that escape for me, in so many different ways. When you're in the game, especially a competitive game, you don't have time to, think about other things. You're just focused on what you're enjoying and you're having a good time doing it. Same thing with building more social relationships and stuff like that. Some of the younger students on the panel were saying just how games have gotten them closer to their friends and meeting new friends. That's definitely been the same experience for me, and I don't know how my social circle or mental health situation would be looking like right now if it weren't for me finding this passion in esports.
Thank you for sharing that. That was awesome. What factors should teachers and schools consider when creating an esports program? So Jazz, do you want to go ahead and start with this one?
So my answer for this kind of relates to the last question too. It's unfortunate how esports is only seen as just sitting around playing games. There's so many more things that you can do in the esports ecosystem that's further than that. And I mean, playing games is also a valid career choice in itself, content creation, being a pro player, all of those types of things. But as one of the other students on the young panel said, marketing, video editing, video production, event management, there's literally so many different things. And a lot of these different career options you associate with other industries, or pretty much every other industry that's not esports, because you're so used to it being just gaming. It's just an opportunity to really broaden the horizon of what esports really can be for people.
Absolutely.
Can I just add on to that?
Absolutely.
I just think it's really important to stress that being in the esports ecosystem doesn't just mean you have to be amazing at the game. Content creation doesn't have to just be your best clips, your highlight reel. You can have funny moments, whatever you find enjoyable with your friends, you can turn that into content. Something like TikTok is really blowing up, as probably everybody knows. If you're using that platform to your advantage, like putting your funny moments and also your good moments, whatever it is from your gaming experience, like you'll find your audience, like people are still interested in that, and it still is esports.
Thank you. Something for you guys to think about. How has COVID and the past couple years kind of affected your esports in college and the collegiate space for you? So Jazz, do you want to go ahead and start that?
Yeah, so COVID had a really significant impact on everything related to esports for me. It changed my major, it changed my passion, like just so many things. Whenever it started, I was like, I mean, I have all this time in the world now, I'm gonna be playing games anyway, I might as well try to do something more with that. And then I started streaming on Twitch, which I forgot to mention in my introduction, but I am a Twitch streamer and content creator. And all this time allowed me to really grow at a rate that I was not expecting whatsoever. Then the next semester came, and I actually decided to take a break from school that semester, and I saw like my growth continue on this like really amazing trend. And honestly, that's where like Team Inferno came from. Like I wouldn't have an esports organization. I would actually still be majoring in computer science and going into like game development. So it's like, honestly, as terrible as like COVID has been, it really just like changed my life for the better at the end of the day.
If you guys have any thoughts about kind of how collegiate esports has impacted you or scholastic esports has had an impact on you, feel free to share, and then we'll close things out. Jazz?
So collegiate esports has actually had a very like pivotal impact on my like esports and streaming career. I actually won a trip with Lindsay to the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup in Atlanta. And that was the first time that I got to go to like an in-person esports event and like see all like the networking opportunities, like the behind the scenes of production. Like it was actually like so amazing, and it's really responsible for why I got to be here today. So it's just like, it's really cool seeing how like, you know, one opportunity can lead to another, and like also it's really been helping like Team Inferno, like growing the brand, like just getting our name out there and meeting new people. Like it's just like really just amazing.
That was incredible. I can't even imagine like when we hear those students come up here and talk, and the K-12 panel before them, like how self-aware and just how different, right? They are able to articulate like their thoughts and feelings about something that, you know, this important to them.
And I love the fascinating kind of mirror that you saw between two conversations, where we had some 9th grade kiddos that are coming from middle school, right? They're getting into high school, but some of the same things that they're experiencing there, we're seeing at the collegiate level, at the higher ed level too. So to see that, to hear that, and see how big of an impact it's had for this entire group of our students, it kind of speaks to the importance of what we're doing.
If you're not convinced now, I'm not sure that you will ever be convinced, because you could hear things today from the students. Like I heard a student say, I don't know where my mental health would be without it. That should be enough. I mean, the pandemic has been difficult for a lot of folks. My wife is a school counselor, and she talks about how students feel more anxious. Their social-emotional learning pieces that are missing right now, that's the part that we need to work on. And so this provides an opportunity for people to belong.